YouTube viewers and random Spider-Man fans, I come before you today to review this, which is the Marvel Select Amazing Spider-Man figure. And here it is in its packaging, which we've seen so many times before. It is the bog standard Marvel Select packaging. So bringing it a little closer, you can see it has this gigantic transparent window box design here, which of course gives you a good look at the figure itself and its accessories if you do have it up on display in its packaging. Bring it a little closer here, you can take a look at this little sidebar which has this new Marvel Select logo written right there. The Amazing Spider-Man is written here, and if you can see that there, they've also added this nice little design from the fabric of his actual suit there. So that's a nice touch, I do appreciate it. Spider-Man written down there, just in case you were confused as to which character you get, it is Spider-Man. You get this big red spider logo there. So that looks really good. On the side of the box you get this image of Spider-Man here, which we've seen so many times before. We've seen this on countless other merchandise from the Amazing Spider-Man movie. So, you know, that is kind of a shame. I do feel they could have added another picture there. And around the back of the packaging you get this bio here on Spider-Man, and if you know anything at all about Spider-Man, you already know this bio, but just in case you don't, I'll let you pause the video and read it in your own time. Then of course over here you've got a picture of the figure out of its packaging, and some of the other figures in the range, including Lizard and the unmasked Spider-Man. We'll talk about that later. Then of course over here you've got your bog standard legal garb. So that does it for the packaging. So now let's open it up and take a look at the figure. Okay, so here we have Spider-Man. Taking a look at the detail here, it does look very, very good. So if I bring it up closer to the camera there, you can take a look, see there, you can see the actual fabric of the costume has been detailed on there really, really well. And even there on the eyes, I don't know if my camera will focus enough to be able to actually allow you to see it there, but there is actual individual detailing there on the eyes that is different from the actual costume. So the sculpt is absolutely wonderful, and of course you've got all these black webbing designs here which run across the face and across the top of the torso, which are all 3D and all stand out very well. But unfortunately, because of the type of paint they've used, because it's so thick, it actually kind of resembles a birthday cake almost. I don't know if that's just me being a fat ass, but you know, it kind of really does look like icing. So you know, it looks like a picture that should be on a Spider-Man birthday cake. But you know, once you get over that, it does look really, really sweet. So the mask looks really, really nice there too, and I like the yellow on the eyes there. The detail, of course, carries down the neck onto the torso here as well. So you got that spider logo there. All looks really, really great. And even there, if you take a look at the actual costume itself, you can see this spandex design continues the whole way down the figure. Looks really, really awesome. Even on the arms there too. You've got this red stripe here with the webbing design on it. It carries the whole way down the arm to the gloves. Now the gloves I particularly love here because they've got that little twist of blue in there, just like in the actual movie itself. And the arms there are sculpted into the iconic Spider-Man web shooting pose. So that's really nice. One downside is the fact that I don't know if you can really see it there, but there is a web shooter. It's just not been coloured in. So if you really are obsessed with Spider-Man, maybe take a little black marker, a little black magic marker there, and just colour that in to bring out that web shooting design. So that is kind of a shame. But the rest of the hand sculpt looks absolutely gorgeous. That looks really, really nice. Carrying on down here as well to the legs, you can see the muscle definition there in the legs too. That looks really great. And you can also get a good look at the actual fabric there of his costume as well. That's detailed really, really nicely on the legs too. This continues the whole way down the leg. So again, you've got this red stripe that runs from the back of the belt here, runs the whole way down, the whole length of the leg to the boots. The boots themselves also look wonderful. Again, they've got the webbing design on there too, and the detail also carries around to the underneath here as well. So you've got the red at the top and the blue at the heel with the little pegs there too. So the detail on it's absolutely gorgeous. Even on the back here as well, you've got that red spider design there too, and the back of the legs are all detailed very, very nicely. So overall, the detail on it is absolutely gorgeous. There are a few problems I do have with it, but apart from that, the detail is absolutely tip-top. It looks excellent. Turning to articulation now, the head can do the full 360 exorcist twist there, and can kind of turn side to side and forward and back, but not too much here. The arm itself can go the full 360 degrees and can come out at 90 degrees here as well. There's also 360 degrees at the bicep and tricep. There is a 90-degree bend here at the elbow, and at the top of the arm here can spin the full 360 degrees, and there's that little 90-degree pivot here on the wrist too, so that's really cool. There is a lab crunch here to allow the figure to come forward and back. It can sort of twist, but it's hindered by the shape of the mould, and also if you twist it too much you can scrape a bit of paint off there, so that's a little bit of a downside. There's no waist articulation here at all whatsoever. And then of course you get my favourite type of articulation here on these Marvel Select figures, these annoying little balls here at the hips, which sounds wrong just saying it, but these allow the figure's leg to come out and kick to 90 degrees here. And I'm sure if you maneuver it a certain way, you can get it to kick back as well, but that takes a lot of time, and I'm not going to waste any more time talking about that. So there is a double joint here of articulation at the knee, so it allows the leg to kick back the full way. There's also 360 degrees here at the top of the boot, at the ankle here it can pivot forward and back, and also side to side here as well, which is great for articulation. When it comes to accessories, this Spider-Man figure comes with these little interchangeable hands here, so if you take a look, they look exactly the same as the other hands that we just saw. The only difference is that they're sculpted into these fists here, which looks really, really great, and these are really easy to pop off and interchange really. So you just literally pull them, pop them off, throw on a little mushroom cap, and you can pop the other alternate hands on. And of course you can mix and match as well, so you can have Spider-Man with one hand in the web shooting pose and the other in the fist pose, and that's excellent. What's up on display adds a lot of variety and looks really, really great, so I am glad that they decided to include those. The figure also comes with this really nice display base here as well, and it's so rare to get a base with figures these days, so it's really wonderful that they've decided to include this. So taking a closer look at it, you can see it is detailed just like a wall from an alleyway here. So you've got this lovely brickwork here, and the detail on that is just extraordinary, and also the colouring too, so it's not the same bricks. It's not just the same colour for all the bricks, you know, they've decided to break it up a little bit. There's piping on there too. This window as well, I think looks really, really nice. That works quite well too, especially with the little vent sticking out of the side there. All detailed, all three-dimensional, all looks really, really nice, and it also includes this little ledge here too. And what's great as well is that around the back here, it includes this little hole for a little hook, so you can actually hang this on a wall, but we'll talk about that in a little second. So of course here you've got these two little pegs, and of course as you saw earlier there's two little peg holes on the feet of the Spider-Man figure, so you can actually peg your Spider-Man figure to this wall and have it up on display with Spider-Man sticking to the wall. And I think that looks excellent. Up on display, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And what makes it look even better is whenever it's up on display, hanging from a wall, really, I think that's definitely a collector's dream. So really great touch, and I'm so happy they included this with this figure. And just doing a quick size comparison, you can see the Amazing Spider-Man figure is roughly around the same size as some of the other Marvel Select figures. I have them mixed to my Mark 6 Iron Man figure here from Marvel Select. You can see that the Iron Man figure is slightly bigger than the Spider-Man figure here, but of course the Spider-Man figure dominates the little 3 3/4 inch Amazing Spider-Man figure down at the bottom here. So, overall, what do I think of this figure? Well, I really, really do like it. I love the detail. I think it looks really, really nice. I love the muscle sculpt on there. I think it looks really good. One problem I do have is with the blue on the suit. I think maybe they could have mixed a little bit of purple there into it in order to make it darker, to make it resemble the suit in the film. But apart from that, it does look good. The articulation is fantastic, and it has to be because it's a Spider-Man figure. Spider-Man is known for getting himself into all kinds of poses and you know, in an almost spider-like way. So it is excellent that they've decided to include all these points of articulation. It was mandatory, really, and they did include them, and it paid off brilliantly. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, no matter what pose you put it in. I like the background. I think it was a really, really great idea to include this base here, this little alleyway wall. The detail on it looks excellent too, and likewise, great idea for them to include this whole option of actually attaching Spider-Man to the wall. So when that's up on display, it looks wonderful. And even better, if you're a collector and you have this actually up on display on your wall, it looks stupendous. It really does look fantastic. So I definitely do recommend this for collectors. It just looks breathtaking. Now, I did say at the start of the review I was going to talk about this whole unmasked Spider-Man figure. I really think that should have been condensed and included along with this figure. So, you know, we've got the swappable hands on this figure. Perhaps they should have included, as well as the closed hands, they should have included a pair of ungloved hands, so you could swap those out as well. And perhaps the same thing could have been applied to the head, so you can pop this head off and replace it with an Andrew Garfield head sculpt. That would have been a plus. But again, of course, because we're in a recession, toy companies need to make money, even Marvel Select need to make money. So instead of doing that, they've released these as two separate figures, which honestly I think is a shame, because had they included that option with this figure, I would have adored it. I really would have thought it would have been the thing that put it over the edge for me to be one of my favourite toys that Marvel Select have released. But they didn't do that. I'm okay with that. I can get over it. I do think the figure itself, the way it has been released, is absolutely remarkable. I definitely recommend it for collectors. For kids, yes, but again, be careful with it, because some of its joints can be a little bit stiff, and the paint can wear off very, very easily, so just be careful with it. But all around, an excellent toy, and definitely a must-have for any self-respecting Spider-Man fan. So that brings us to the end of this review. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there's countless more reviews online. Thank you again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Bye bye.